he backpedals on it and he just makes the play. He reads everything on it. It's not a horrible throw. He just jumps in front of the ball.
Okay, or I'm thinking of the Aaron Rodgers interception on Thanksgiving. I think that's what I was thinking of, actually.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. But even that, talking about quarterbacks and talking about whatever. Think about this, and it wasn't great. But look at where they are.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, I mean, fucking James Stark's making plays left and right whenever they need a play. They have all these guys, but I mean, and I'm not saying that James Starks is a great player by any means, but like they have all these guys who just fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who fit a certain spot, and you got to find guys that fit, and you don't find guys who fit through free agency. You find guys who fit through drafting and developing, which I know we've talked about drafting and developing before many times,
Yeah.
but they seem to have a good head start, but
Yeah, it was a good first year. Nice groundwork, nice foundation. Let's see what happens let's see what happens next year. I think they could be a 500 team next year.
yeah. You know what though?
But at this point, who the hell knows?
But who knows? What is 500 anyway? Like,
Yeah.
like what we said with the two divisions we talked about previously. Like that's like what you're talking about. You're talking about 9-7, 8-8, 7-9, whatever. And you know that's
Couple injuries happen, and 8-8's getting you a division.
exactly, and it depends who it happens to, and sometimes and you notice it happens like that because I feel like every year at the end of the year there's somebody's conversation somewhere, whether it be you see stuff on social media, just your friends or whatever complaining about it or saying stuff about it, or it's there should if you don't have a winning record you shouldn't be in the playoffs. Okay, but that's the way it is, and it happens every single year. So I don't know, just gotta
be better.
Just gotta be there.
Yeah, and if you are that good of a team, you're in a wild card position.
Just gotta get in, right?
Yeah, just get in. Okay,
that's what Billy Bean says, right?
Yes, I believe so. Just get there, because who knows can happen. I'm pretty sure Theo says that.
I mean, you can't win any championship if you're not in the playoffs. So,
yeah. So, not to bore everybody, what else? Do you have anything else? I know we're hit our goal mark to where we want to kind of typically be from now on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, like, I mean, the Hawks look like pretty freaking amazing. So
the best part about it is I just love what they do to the NHL establishment. And when I mean that, I mean the way that they're viewed in Canada, Toronto specifically, and the Eastern Conference, and how they try to stack themselves up against the Hawks. And I know that so far this year hasn't been too great for the Hawks against the Eastern Conference, especially early on in the season. But man, this is a team like, oh no, they're not going to win. They can't do anything. No, the cap, they don't have the cap room. They don't have the depth there. It's going to be tough for them. They don't have the great defense that they're thin on that. There's so many better defenses that are out there. The Ducks are a disaster. I think they fired their coach. The team that was supposed to make tremendous steps forward in Columbus, I know an Eastern team, had to fire their coach and bring in a clown to start coaching them. And the Dallas Stars are just showing to be a middle-of-the-pack Western Conference team right now. And Nashville, no, they're not there yet. They're still not there. And the Blackhawks are poised to sit atop the gritty, hard-fought West again.
It's an absolute amazing thing. I mean, it's just if it's for anybody who was like doubting the dynasty thing or saying like you can't, dude, it's amazing like what we're getting to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like and you know how much we love reminiscing about old sports stuff. It's like the Bulls in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
No, it
they're
absolutely
just
is.
better than you, and like you either love them or you hate them. And there's just like I mean, obviously, I think everybody loves them here, but not a majority of people, because I know everybody doesn't, because I know there's transplants or whatever. But then you're talking about like how the team is viewed in Canada and how it's viewed in different places, and we don't always know that, but it's fun. I mean, it's fun. Yeah. It's fun for us. Who knows if it's fun for anybody else? But it doesn't matter, because like that's like, if you don't like it, then like don't watch sports. You know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that
Yeah,
this team wins a lot, but whatever. You got to respect that. Whoever it is, you got to respect it.
I was a little young for the Bulls stuff.
All right.
Not that I'm this baby for it. I remember both three-peats,
All right.
and it was very exciting. But I think it was more childhood amazement and wonder that it could happen. And the 3 championships in whatever 5 years, 6 years. It's after the second one, it felt real good, because it felt like, all right, this is what's supposed to happen.
It was totally verified.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, you're absolutely right. And this past one was, I didn't worry. I had no fear about Tampa, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh. Okay, that's real cute. A journeyman goalie. Okay. I think we can handle that.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
And it was just, it felt so satisfying to be such a dominating force, and especially for them to just turn it on whenever they wanted. When Game 7 in Anaheim happened, and Jonathan Toews said, "Okay, screw all of you. I'm going to score twice," and single-handedly really won the game for him. It was over. I was like, okay, we just took down the Western Conference. What the hell do you have, East? Really? Like, this is what you're gonna throw?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like
fun.
It's like, see, it's clear superstar stuff. Superstar stuff. Say that quick, like 6 times. But yeah, I mean that's the fun part of it, and then the whole Bulls mess of hot garbage is a whole different side, because that team's just a mess. Like, they have a coach that doesn't want to appear to like insert himself in anything. You just kind of sit back, and you have a team that just doesn't like each other.
I can't remember. Did Del Negro do anything? Did he even get a technical?
Dude,
did he even care?
No, you also have a team that finally, no matter what you want to say about Derrick Rose, he's still a threat. Okay, like he can still have bursts. It's not the same as it was before, but he can still have bursts. So you potentially have the 2 superstar thing going on, but they can't play together. So even if Derrick Rose is playing well, how does he play with Jimmy Butler? they don't play well together. But I don't know. That's a hot mess. But still, it's the Eastern Conference, and they're like the second best team.
I was listening. I think it was the holiday weekend, and or that in that holiday period. Maybe it was. Was it the day after Christmas? Day after, maybe New Year's, don't know. But they had the guys that typically don't get airtime on, doing longer sets, doing a couple hours, an afternoon, whatever the case is. And I was grateful that at least people were saying it, that Garpax, John Paxson, Gar Forman should not get passes on the fact that, okay, you know what? If you don't land the big free agent, if you don't land LeBron James twice, I understand that you really weren't going to land him the second time, and all of the other shenanigans that were going on with Wade and Bosch in setting up Miami. I get that, and you may have not at any point in time been able to compete against that, and these guys just wanted to do what they wanted to do. That's fine. There's no harm in that, but And at that point, we did lose connection. So basically, what I was going to finish saying was that I don't believe John Paxton, Gar Forman really deserve the job that they're doing. I don't believe they've been very good GMs. And as some of the younger voices on the radio here have stated, they are more reactionary as opposed to proactive. And that's a big problem in the NBA. Lack of creativity and trying to make your team better. And at this point, all they can really do is trade. And they fall in love with their own guys, their own draft picks, and that's not going to get you anywhere in the NBA. What's that going to get you? That's going to get you to second, third round of the playoffs, and that's it. No title, no championship, no ring, no trophy. So it's just sad to see where they are. And, well, okay, you don't have the best player in the world on your team. Okay, I understand that. You don't have one of those top 3, 4, 5, whatever the case is. You don't have that MVP candidate, that MVP player, that top 5 in the world player on your team. So what are you going to do? You can either be a system and try to succeed there, like what the Spurs have done, or you can do what the Warriors are doing right now, and building that sort of team and creating that team, what the Rockets have done and been creative with trades and free agency. So there is more than one way to skin the cat. And unfortunately, I don't think the Bulls management is that creative enough to do it, to come up with that idea or part with the players that they need to part with to make themselves better. So it's truly unfortunate. And granted, that continuous rebuild in Philadelphia is never getting off the ground. So maybe one day it will, but who knows? Thanks for listening. We're gonna try to do something a little bit different. Just kind of hang out and doing whatever. For these shows. So thank you very much for listening. For Mike, he sends his wishes. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next time.